All right. Welcome back, everyone. Appreciate your patience as we make sure we got everyone here for this official press conference. Folks, we have come now to the main event of the evening that you will see on Showtime pay-per-view Saturday, September 26th. You've got a man who calls himself the future of boxing, Big Charlo, the WBC middleweight champion, Jermall Charlo there. Oh boy, look at that drip on him. There he is. You will see him taking on the number one contender in Sergiy Derevyanchenko. It is the main event of the night. And of course, the trainer for Sergiy Derevyanchenko is a New York City legend. He is a staple there when you talk about the boxing in New York City. His name is Andre Rozier. He is with us as well. Andre, you're up first. Talk to us about how training has been going with Sergiy, especially in light of a pandemic. What have you guys been doing? And what should we expect when he gets in the ring with Jermall Charlo?
Well, it's been pretty tough getting ready for fights. Our gym circuit has been closed until recently, and now we're in the gym on 30% capacity, but we've made it work to the best of our ability. But Sergiy is a consummate professional. He's always ready to work, ready to turn it up, ready to be in shape, and he's going to be ready for a very exciting night on September 26th.
Fantastic. Let's hear from your fighter, Sergiy Derevyanchenko, the number one contender for the WBC middleweight title, 13-2. Sergiy, how has training been going? What should we expect September 26th?
Тренировочный процесс идет в самом разгаре. И мы постоянно в зале. Я тренируюсь, готов и жду 26 числа.
Training is progressing. I've been in the gym. I've been working out. I've been keeping fit, and I'm just doing everything that I'm supposed to do. And I'm just getting ready and anxiously waiting for the 26th.
And what should we expect September 26th when he gets in the ring with Jermall?
Ну, будет такой же бой зрелищный по накалу, как с Головкиным.
You can expect the same type of fight that you saw with Golovkin.
Very good. Let's get to the champion now. He is unbeaten. 30-0. 22 have come by knockout. He calls himself the future of boxing. He's the WBC middleweight champion of the world. None other than Jermall Charlo. Champ, how has training been going, especially in light of everything that's been going on there in Houston? And what should we expect September 26th?
Fireworks, an explosive night of boxing. I can't wait. You know, everybody calling this fight a test for me. It's a big step up. So you know, I'm trained and I'm prepared.
Let's start with you, Andre. Get some questions to you. And listen, you know, I read like everyone else, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a quote here from the boxing scene from Andre Rozier that says, "You must be on crack if you think Sergiy Derevyanchenko is going to lose to Jermall Charlo." Tell me why the confidence.
Well, listen, I'll tell you something. Jermall has done a fantastic job as a world champion in 2 weight classes, and I wanted to tell him I'm really starting to enjoy his commentating capability. He's growing as an individual, and I'm appreciating that because I'm a no-nonsense type of guy. I'm old school. I'm not one for the braggadocious, you know, up there. I mean, I know that's what the young men do nowadays, but that's not my cup of tea. But Sergiy works really, really hard. He's a special individual, and I know it's going to be an incredible fight, but I expect Sergiy to be the victor. We worked hard on his capabilities, his technique, and we have a serious opponent in front of us. We have the world champion, the WBC champion. But we're gonna train till the very moment that we can't anymore under these crazy conditions to be ready for 12 rounds. Actually, we're training like it's a 15-round fight so that we can rise to the occasion. And I think that it's going to be explosive bombs going off. And may the best man win, but we are training to be that best man. And I'm looking forward to it because Jermall can fight. He's a big, strong young man, and I expect him to bring his A game. And we're going to have our A game, and we're going to see these guys light up the non-crowd event.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dre. Sergey, let me throw a question to you because you told the boxing scene, and I'm quoting now, this fight is going to be a great fight, but I believe that my experience and skill set will be too much for Charlo. Tell us why.
Ну, во-первых, я так не говорил, это все перекрутили, что будет очень много для Чарли. Я говорил, что у меня очень много опыта, и это будет проблема для Чарли.
Yeah, actually, I didn't say that it was going to be too much for Charlo. That was a translation. What I said is that I have a lot of experience, and that might be an issue for Charlo. I never said it was going to be too much for Charlo.
Well, Jermall, let me get, first of all, your response to what Sergey said and his trainer, Andre Rozier.
The rest of the cops will be able to tell you no response. Ask me my own questions.
On my podcast, the Last Stand podcast, you told me it's not if, but when you knock out Sergiy Derevyanchenko and how you're going to do it. That you believe you can do what Daniel Jacobs and Canelo couldn't do. Tell us why you're so confident that you can stop this guy who others have not been able to.
You mean Daniel Jacobs and GGG?
And Triple G, my fault. Yeah, Triple G.
I'm no Danny Jacobs. I know Andre sitting right there probably trying to compare that fight because he worked with Danny Jacobs for that fight. I'm no Triple G. It's a whole different type of fight. We both having a fight during the time of this pandemic, and the cops they need retraining. You know, I'm fighting against racism, brutality, and everything. You know, so like mentally, I know Andre always worried about my mental because he mentioned something about me and my brother, but he don't know that I'm on his only forever. And you know, things like that of that nature. Like I'm been at home training, going crazy. I can't wait to fight. Like but he thinks Sergiy going crazy in training. I'm going crazy too. Like I'm at the top of my game. I'm not worried about what they saying about, you know, the level of competition. I already know this is a so-called step-up fight, right? So styles make matchups, you know, using my wisdom in boxing. I've been in the competition for a long time myself. I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever the challenge comes. Man, y'all get a chance to see Jermall Charlo be the best Jermall Charlo that he can be. You know, it is what it is, man. Like I'm happy to be fighting against Andre because Andre wanted me to fight Jacobs. So that go hand in hand. He been studying me and watching me for a long time. So now he get a chance to, you know, see what his other sparring partner get to do against me.
It's going to be a great night. Sergey, let me ask you this. You've now challenged for the world title a couple of times. Tell us, why will this time be different?
Потому что у меня стало больше опыта с такими бойцами, как Дэниел Джейкобс, Трипл Джи, и я чувствую уверенность в себе.
You know, because I've had the experience to fight on this level, fighting with the likes of Jacobs Jacobs and Triple G just gave me tremendous experience on the highest level, and I have supreme, utmost confidence in myself.
Jermall, considering, as you talked about, people have called this a huge step up, a big step up fight for you at middleweight. Now you get to do it on pay-per-view in the main event. What's the message, I guess, you're trying to send and looking to send to the middleweight division with this fight?
I'm gonna be sharp, super sharp, super sharp, super sharp.
Love it. I know there are a number of media members who want to ask you guys some questions. Chris de Blasio, let's let the media members have their questions.
Yes, thank you, Brian. Would like to, happy to report we do have Ronnie Shields on the line. We have him audio only.
Okay.
So if there are questions for Ronnie, we can take that as well. And let's go for our first one to Jeremy Herridges again from fansided.com. Jeremy?
Hi, first question's for Sergiy. Sergiy, in your two losses, which were obviously razor thin, you were dropped in the first round in both of them. Do you feel a need to start faster in this fight? Do you plan on doing something differently this time around?
Да, конечно, мы над этим работаем, и я буду как бы с первой секунды буду сфокусирован на бою.
Yeah, that's what we're working on. It's all part of our game plan. From the first second, once the bell rings, I'm going to be fully focused on Jermall.
С первой секунды до
From the first second till the last second of the fight.
Next question's for Jermall. I'm assuming that you watched those two losses, those two fights. Did you feel that he lost those bouts, or do you feel that he was highly competitive and should have maybe deserved the nod?
He lost both of those matches. His trainer right there, that's something you should ask him. So I looked at it just what they told me. He lost both of the matches. Competitive or not, he's a warrior. This is boxing. I want him to be super sharp. I want him to give me the best he can give me. I'm cool with all that, man. It's gonna be a fight. Just know it's gonna be a fight. Me and my brother get the Showtime main event. It's gonna be a fight. Just don't worry, man. It's a crazy question. Ask his trainer.
Next question for you, Jermall. Obviously, you've seen the performances. Do you feel a need to perform better than the other two men that have beaten him before?
I thought I did, but I feel like, as long as I be myself and continue to be myself, man, I just got to continue to be myself. I get the victory, and I come with my hands raising at the end of the night. I'm stronger, I'm smarter, I'm better than I used to be. I train. Every fight is a different fight. I don't gotta worry. I don't look at the fights. I let my trainer do studying. Styles to make matchups. He said in the first round he gonna come out and get me. He gonna focus on me. Cool. That's what he do. That's what he do. He comes straight to you and fight. So I'm expecting a real, thing. Y'all want me to go toe to toe. Trade punches and shit, right? That's what I'm here to do.
Final question for Jermall. I caught your excellent interview with Brian Custer. As far as, do you feel like there's a chip on your shoulder? Do you feel like you get?
Yeah, everybody doubt me. They all doubt me, man. I've been doubted for years, man.
Do you feel, is that serve as an additive, as a drive, or is it just anger and frustration at this point?
No anger. I just know that, I'm sitting here looking at this dude. I'm sitting here looking at his trainer. I wish my trainer was up here because, it's still like, we gonna get in there and fight. I don't care what they say about me. I don't care what they think about me. I'm a fighter, bro. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it, man. I'm not trying to sell no fight, making that. I don't care about pay-per-view. I don't care about none of this. I really want to just get in there and fight and show and challenge myself, man. I just want to challenge myself.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time, and best of luck to both of you on the 26th.
Thank you, Jeremy. And we can hear from Ronnie Shields. He was able to join Jermall. So, Brian Custer, can
Yeah, I
you
was
get
going to say, yeah, that's great, Chris. Let's do this. Ronnie Shields,
Yes.
please give the members of the media who are listening to you, talk about the training that you guys have gone through and had to do in light of the pandemic for this fight, and what should we expect when Jermall gets in the ring with Sergiy Derevyanchenko?
Well, like always, Jermall trains very hard, and it's going to be a great fight. Sergey is a really good fighter. Can't take anything away from him. We know he's had an extensive amateur career as well as a pretty good pro career at that. He's fought two of the best guys in the division, so we expecting a really good fight. But the thing about Jermall Charlo is he's always in the gym. He's always training hard. He's always looking to be the best that he can possibly be. And that's all I can ask from him or anybody else can ask for him, And look, we're just looking to fight the best fighters that's out there. So, Sergey is one of the best fighters out there. And this is the reason we didn't have to fight Sergey. Sergey is the #1 contender, but he wasn't the mandatory. Jermall wanted this fight. He said, give me Sergey. I want to fight Sergey. I want to fight the best guy in the division. So this is why this fight is happening.
Fantastic. Chris, we'll continue on with the questions. Before we do, Jermall, I would like for you to answer this because I'd be remiss if I didn't get your opinion on what your take on what's going to happen when your brother fights Rosario, considering that's a unification fight. And then lastly, at the end of the night, because this is your pay-per-view main event debut, what will the boxing public be talking about Jermall Charlo at the end of the night?
Hell of a fight. That's a hell of a fighter, man. Hey, I'm the best in the world. I know Sergiy feel like you're the best in the world too. So we get the clash, It's gonna be a fight, man. I'm expecting a fight. You know what I'm saying? Told my wife I'm gonna come home and look, Dean's there, don't worry. We're gonna still shine. I ain't worried about it. It's gonna be a fight. You think you the best? You think you the best? I think I'm the best too. So what you think it's gonna be? It's gonna be a fight. I ain't left the gym since February, so I've been locked in. I asked for this fight. I told Al Hain, I told Ronnie Shields, I want them to challenge me, man, because they ain't giving me the opportunity to beat me. I'm ready, man. Let me just go beat me, get in that bitch and fight.
Sergey, your response?
Да, он говорит, он думает, что он лучший. Я тоже думаю, что я лучший. И мы увидимся в ринге и выясним, кто из нас лучший.
Yeah, he thinks he's the best in the world. He thinks he's better. I believe I'm the best in the world, and I believe I'm better. The great thing is going to get a chance to settle it, and everyone will see who's actually the best in the world.
Okay, Chris, go right ahead.
And thank you, Brian. Thank you, Vladimir Lick, for translating for Sergiy Derevyanchenko. We're going to go first to Andres Gomez with a question. Andres?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Hello? Press R, plus A, okay. Hello, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Sir, we have you.
I got a question for each of our guys in the chat, starting with the champ, Jermall. Champ, we heard Sergiy saying he's ready to go, just like reverse Triple G, 12 rounds of action. We know you're ready, you're hungry. Do you see this fight going the distance?
If it go the distance, I'm prepared for the distance. If he can't take the power, then I'm gonna finish him off.
Right. Now I see you guys have always been, involved in the Houston community. Now you're using your platform to, talk about social injustices. How important is your fight outside the ring as well?
It's important. I just wish that the cops that keep, doing this crazy stuff and they not trained right. I just feel like, don't make this about racism. It's going to be a fight, in the ring, outside the ring. It's always a fight. It's a fight to stay alive at this point.
Right. Thank you, champ. Now, moving on to Sergey, the technician. You're coming off, you've had two championship world title fights where they went the distance. A lot of people thought you won. Now, do you feel the only way the judges will give you this or you get the victory is with a knockout? Or what do you feel you have to do to, convince the judges?
Ну, думаю, что заведомо чего, но судьи сказали нет. Потом тогда судьи должны его остановить и накачивать, или вы просто не можете
He gonna fight my ass off.
вы должны как его накачивать, или вы
Crazy. Gonna fight my ass.
И я буду боксировать и делать. Если будет возможность, я его, конечно, нокаутирую. Если 12 раундов, то 12 раундов. Я буду готов ко всему.
You know, I got to just stay with my game plan. We have a plan. I'm a boxer, and I'm going to do what I have to do. But of course, if there's a chance to knock him out, I'm going to knock him out. But if it goes 12 rounds, I could just do the best that I can and hopefully show the judges that I'm the winner.
All right. Thanks, Sergey. And lastly, to Coach Andre Rosier. Coach Rosier, this stood out to me, man. You got two big title fights on this night with Duke Micah and with Sergey. Just how special is this night for you? Do you feel that would be challenging at all, focusing on such big matchups?
Well, I mean, it's a wonderful night. Two world title fights, two of my fighters. I'm very close with my athletes. I always have been. And the only thing, like I said, I look forward to the excitement of engagement, and it's competition. Of course, it's in the paid ranks, so these young men are getting paid for what they do, but it's also entertainment that they have to provide, and I know they will. You heard from Jermall, you heard from Sergiy. They're ready to put it on the line. They're ready to show the world what they all about. And then I have Duke leading it in. Duke is in a tough fight, but he's ready. He's going to put the Ghana Storm together and take care of that business. But all in all, it's going to be a fantastic night. I'm enjoying it. These guys are young, hungry. You got the Lion and you got the technician. Man, how much more can you ask for? It's a fantastic card. It's a pay-per-view card. It's first for a few of these guys, and I know they're going to bring their A games to make it happen. I'm having a great time with it. I get to see my big brother, Ronnie Shields, all the love in the world to him. And we're going to have a good time. This is boxing. We keep it real. Yeah, these guys are going in there and they're trying their best to win and get knockouts in the whole 9 yards, but it's also a business. And we keep it business. There's no talk about this, that, or other thing. I just can't take that. It's unnecessary. And I applaud Jermall for being very, very sophisticated and sharp in his interview today. He's starting to get it together. He's going to be one of them great commentators one day. I really believe that. But it begins with these things here. So I'm enjoying the fact that they're going to do what they got. You do it all right. You do it all right. But listen, like I said, it's a wonderful time. I love every fighter that gets in the ring because it's such a hard sport to participate in. So it's nothing but love, and I have a good time with them. It's a laugh, and it's the performances that they put forth that show where they stand, because they all want to be Hall of Famers one day. So they keep bringing it. It's gonna be all right. Let's get it on.
Thanks, Coach. And lastly, Coach Ronnie Shields, if he's still with us, I could feel the fireworks already, man. Do you see this fight playing out, going the distance, Coach? How do you see it playing out?
Well, during training, we train for 12 rounds. That's what it calls for, 12 rounds. We can't train for anything less than that. We have a game plan. We work on it every single day. If a knockout comes, hey, we'll be happy. But if it doesn't, then it's going to be a 12-round fight. We have no problem doing that. Jermall has been there before, been there, done that, came out victorious. So we're looking for a good, tough fight. And if it goes 12 rounds, we'll be more than happy to get a decision.
All right. Thank you all for your time. God bless you all and wish you the best going forward.
Thank you, Andre. It's very good. We got time for just a couple more here. We're going to go to Reggie Woodson. Reggie, you should be able to unmute and go ahead.
This question is for Coach Rozier. I know you have a relationship with Andre Ward. He mentioned before that he listens to what his opponents say during press. I'm sitting here. I'm trying to figure out what exactly am I hearing in some of the champions in Jermall's comments. Is there anything that you can share?
Well, I mean, like I said, Jermall has shown that he's definitely maturing. He's becoming very, very articulate, and I like that. I like that. I have no animosity for any fighter walking this planet. It's like I said, it's business. They have to get in there and have to box each other. It's almost like family reunions because I'm gonna see my big bro. We're gonna hang out until it's fight time. Then we'll look at each other across the ring, and then we hang out some more. But Jermall seems like he's ready to rock. I know Ronnie don't play no games. He's gonna be ready to do what he has to do. I don't play any games. We're gonna be ready to put on a world-class show. They're gonna talk about this fight for a long time, and these young men are gonna put themselves on the line to give that entertainment factor and make it like 10 plus. And we want to see all that they can give because we want it to be special. This has been a horrible year in many forms and fashions. So we want them to bring a show that people can forget about all the bad things and think about, wow, look what those two young men did in the ring.
Thank you. One question for the champion, Jermall. How you doing, bro?
What's your question?
Thanks for speaking on, using your platform here to address the Breonna Taylor situation. I'm taking you at your word, and what I'm hearing, would you be disappointed in yourself if this goes the distance on fight night? You say you want to fight, so I don't see nothing other than that.
Bro, I just want to fight, bro. Like, I don't know what you asking me, bro. That's the like. If it go the distance, it go the distance. If it don't, I'll do what I gotta do. Like, we boxers, bro. We here to entertain and provide the best, skill in the platform that we have. I'm able to use it, and the cops should be arrested, and that's I stand for that. Like, we've been fighting for a while now, like, and we tired of it. At this point, we getting tired of it. Us black fighters getting tired of it too. But this fight is not about race. It's about police brutality and injustice.
All right, thank you, Reggie. We're gonna take one more from Carlos Toro. Carlos should be able to unmute here and go ahead.
Thanks everybody for taking time to talk to us. First question to Andre Rozier. Obviously Derevyanchenko has been in the ring with guys like Triple G and Danny Jacobs, and he's been knocked down in both of those fights. And obviously Jermall is a very, very strong puncher. When it comes to sort of preparing for Jermall and his power, what are you guys kind of doing that's maybe perhaps a little bit different, or looking back on those two fights to sort of kind of try your best to sort of avoid getting knocked down in this fight?
Well, I'll tell you something. The easiest way to avoid getting knocked down is not to get hit. That's I can't say it any cleaner than that, or any more precise than that. He can't get caught with shots that could lead to him being knocked down. And I've been working on him not being as slow a starter so that he can get into the rhythm of it. Once again, both of these young men, they could punch. They both could punch. I know. I've watched them. I watched Jermall fight. I'm training Sergiy. They can punch, so they have to be on point. They have to be wary. They have never been knocked out, either one of them. So I don't expect that to be the case. I'm expecting 12 hard rounds of let's get it on. So we preparing for that. I'm not preparing him for, I'm worried about the first round or this, that, and the other thing. I'm preparing him to not get caught with anything that could be detrimental. And I'm pretty sure that's the modus operandi for most anybody that's training fighters. You don't want your guy to hit as he's scoring points. So we're going to do what we have to do to maintain that game plan He's going to be doing what he has to do, sticking, moving, fighting. If they have to go to war, they'll go to war, but I'm pretty sure they're going to go to war and look at each other and say, we got to go to war again. But like I said, he won't have any issues with that.
Sergey, obviously with this being your third world title fight, you kind of look at this with a little bit more urgency to win this fight, kind of get over the hump, as you kind of came in very, very close in the fights against Golovkin and Jacobs.
Ну, я не думаю об этом. Я сконцентрирован на бое и сконцентрирован на 26 число. И я буду выходить в ринг для того, чтобы забрать пояс.
Yeah, I'm not focused on that. I'm just focused on the opponent and the date on the 26th and what I have to do. And the goal is to go there and take the belt from him and take the belt home.
A quick question for the champ. Jermall, you were talking about you've been pretty much in the gym since February. How anxious and how excited are you to sort of finally just end all the time in the gym just to finally get in the ring for a big fight?
I'm focused, I'm focused. I'm locked in. I'm watching all his mistakes. Just as well as he's watching mine. Styles make fights. So this whole time, I've been set, and my mind frame is telling me, that I'm gonna have to fight very, very hard, just like Jacob Blake had to fight. He got shot 7 times in the back, and he got up and he made it through. So for sure that I know I can do that too. I'm motivated at this point. And I just can't wait to be able to deliver something special to you guys who rock with Lions Only and rock with Big Charlo himself.
Thanks, Jermall, and well said. And thank you so much for talking about Breonna Taylor and Jacob Blake. And thanks to everyone for talking. And best of luck to the both of you.
Yes, Carlos, thank you, and thank you, Jermall. Thank you, Ronnie Shields, Andre, and Sergey. Brian Custer, you have anything to finish up?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I guess no one does a press conference like the Charlos. Maul, you're too young. What do you know about a DeLorean? You're too young for to know about a DeLorean, man.
The future of boxing,
No one
Brian.
does a...
Hey, Brian, I want to know how you got it in the house.
I know, exactly. I'm telling you, no one does a press conference like the Charlo. That's unbelievable. By the way, Maul, before we let you go, we got your brother's press conference coming your way tomorrow. You want to give a one word? What do you think about that fight against Rosario?
When the Charlos fight, get your popcorn ready. It's gonna be a big fight. My Brunson brother hit harder than me.
There you have it. The WBC middleweight champion of the world, Jermall Charlo, the #1 contender, Sergiy Derevyanchenko. Gentlemen, appreciate your time. Best of luck. Looking forward to seeing you both in the ring on the 26th. Andre Rozier, Ronnie Shields, 2 of the best gentlemen in the sport of boxing. Thank you, and good luck to you both as well. Thank you, everybody. And stay
Thank you,
safe.
Brian.
Absolutely. Folks, there you have it. Again, this is going to be a unique night on September 26th because it is what we're calling at Showtime pay-per-view a double main event. You've got Jermall Charlo taking on the #1 ranked contender in Sergiy Derevyanchenko. It all comes your way at 7 o'clock Eastern. That is 4 o'clock Pacific time. You got 3 fights. That is the main event of those 3 fights. There will be a short 30-minute intermission, and then you get 3 more fights later in the evening with Jermall's twin brother, Jermall Charlo, taking on Jason Rosario in a unification fight as well in the other main event. It is a night that you don't want to miss, brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions on Showtime pay-per-view. We certainly appreciate you all for joining us here for this press conference. Make sure you join us again tomorrow afternoon for the press conference, the official press conference of Jermall Charlo versus Jason Rosario. I'm Brian Custer of Showtime Championship Boxing. Thanks for watching.